Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nini and today we're doing a sketchbook session. It's finally spooky season, it's finally fall time. So I decided that for today we're going to be mainly focusing on kind of like a spooky fall theme. As a lot of you know, I've been sketching a lot for spooky season and I've been posting it to my Instagram, so if you would like to see the stuff I've been working on for this month, then head over to my Instagram at Mongol Studio. And without further ado, if you like this content, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and maybe going to follow me on Instagram. And without further ado, let's get started. So I mentioned this, I think in my last video, that for this spooky season, for this like Arttober art challenge season, I wouldn't be like following any pre-existing prompts or like prompts made by other people, and I wouldn't be making a prompt either. So for this month, I'll be exploring my pumpkin blood story, which it has like the Pumpkin King, the Headless Horseman, and his vampire boyfriend, which I came up with like 2 years ago, and I keep like developing every now and then, every year. So that's what I'm working on for this year, and I've been making a lot of progress. I am definitely going to be making a video about it. I'm considering making either 2 videos or just one long video to show all of the work that I've been doing throughout this month. But today we're kind of pivoting away from that because I don't want to only draw my pumpkin blood characters for this month. I do want to actually draw some of my main characters from my other stories, which still don't have titles. So today for this sketchbook spread, I thought that I might draw Zara, Serenity, Kim, and Brianna, which are my human characters from my Zara and Serenity story, which still doesn't have a name. Which is kind of sad. I'm basically drawing them based off of a kind of like a pumpkin, like Halloween theme, I guess. It's basically the one on the left that I'm going to be drawing is Zara and Serenity visiting like a festival and like wearing pumpkin heads, and I was kind of inspired by a Pinterest mood board that I saw. And I'm sketching them with this pen that I bought here in Korea. If you don't know, I am in Korea right now, so my setup is a bit different, and I'm sorry that the quality is a bit bad. But yeah, I bought this pen in Korea, and it's so freaking pretty, and I love sketching with it so much. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it in the description or in the comments. I don't know. But yeah, it's like this brown burgundy pen. I don't know. But yeah, today I'm drawing Zara and Serenity and the gang, I guess. And I kind of left out Kindle because I already drew her in Abyss Paint X for this month. Actually, I might have drawn her last month. Maybe I should still draw her, but I didn't draw her in this video. She's usually my fall character because her hair is kind of like, she's a redhead, so yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that it shows up so light on the video. For some reason, it like, I don't know how to describe it. The video itself was kind of dark, so I had to make it lighter, but then that made the lines on the sketchbook lighter as well. So I'm sorry that the video quality is kind of bad. I'm still trying to figure out how I want my setup to be here in Korea. But yeah, now I'm just sketching out another close-up of Zara wearing a pumpkin head. I kind of based their outfits off of these sweaters that I saw on Pinterest, and it was like this patchwork sweater, and it looked so cute, and I kind of want to buy one for myself. I've actually been going around and like buying different sweaters because it's finally sweater weather. But yeah, that's basically the reason why I drew them in these outfits. I also just wanted to say thank you guys so much for participating in the Draw This in Your Style. The deadline for prizes to be considered has passed. It was on September 30th. I decided not to extend it. But thank you guys so much for submitting. You guys can still participate in the Draw This in Your Style. They just won't be considered for prizes. And now I'm just considering which ones will be for which prize. Yeah, thank you guys so much for participating. I'm definitely going to be including all the submissions at the end of the video. I think for this one. Maybe for the next video, I don't know. And I'll probably be showing them until the end of the year, which would be so cute. But yeah. Now I'm sketching out Brianna and Kim. I drew Brianna in like this black cat costume. I feel like Brianna would definitely be the type of person to just buy a simple costume from like Spirit Halloween or Party City to wear for Halloween. And then I drew Kim as like kind of like a vampire. At first I was kind of going for more like Phantom of the Opera kind of feel, but then it kind of turned into like a vampire since I've been drawing the vampire boyfriend for my story Pumpkin Blood. But yeah, now I'm starting to paint with watercolor. I actually haven't been using watercolor very much in this sketchbook, mainly because I just feel like this paper is really thin. Even though it's like advertised as like a mixed media sketchbook, it's still thinner than I'm comfortable with when it comes to watercolor, because I'm used to like Ohuhu mixed media paper, which is kind of thick. But I think that the watercolor still kind of worked out on this paper. I just need to kind of get used to it. And I'm glad that I decided to use it for at least this side of the spread. I do switch over to my water-based markers for the left side of the spread, because at the time I wasn't happy with how the watercolor came out, but I'm really happy with how it looks right now. But yeah, basically I painted Brianna with like mainly purples and a bit of black for her cat costume. And then for Kim, I kind of want to go back for Kim because I feel like I wasn't adventurous enough with the colors. And like the colors are a bit too light in my opinion. But I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. I think the right side of the spread kind of looks a bit chaotic because it's not all like one illustration, it's like multiple different illustrations. But yeah, and I wasn't very sure how I wanted to do the colors for Zara's sweater in this sketch, so I kind of just winged it. I wasn't looking at the reference picture from Pinterest when I was doing this one, so hopefully I think it looks kind of good a little bit. It definitely looks better when I add some more stuff to it later on in the video. But yeah. And sorry that my watercolor palette looks kind of messy. I usually just leave paints that I use regularly on the palette so that I could just add water to it and use it again. But I definitely need to wash it out at some point. Yeah. So now I'm starting to color the left side of the spread, and honestly, I was kind of just like trusting the process with this spread, especially since I had added the tan sticky notes to cover up the failed sketch underneath. But I think it turned out good in the end. It definitely was a trust the process kind of sketch, especially since I didn't really know how to connect, once again, the colors on the actual sketchbook page and the colors on the sticky notes, if that makes sense. I definitely had a bit of a challenge with that. But I was using these markers that I got from Artbox, which is like kind of an art store here in Korea. I think what are they called? The Monami markers. I forget. And I also use my water-based markers, which I've been using a bit more than I did in my last sketchbook, which if you haven't seen my last sketchbook tour, you should definitely go watch that. But I definitely think that I could have done better, especially with the Fall Fest 24 sign in the background. I feel like that's where I'm mainly hanging up about this illustration sketch thing. But yeah, I'm really happy with how their outfits kind of look. I think Serenity's outfit, I kind of had a bit of difficulty with, like always, because her hair is pink and it's kind of hard to match stuff with that. But since I was just matching the color palette with Zara's outfit, then it made things a bit more simple for me. And yeah, after I finished adding like the base colors, it's not fully colored or rendered. I basically went back with this really dark maroon, brown, burgundy, brown water-based marker to use it as kind of like a fine liner in order to do kind of some line art and just to differentiate and add a bit of depth to the illustration sketch thingy. And I think it helped it a lot. It definitely made them stand out and kind of made a few of the parts of their outfit stand out a bit more too. I hate this part. I think that I don't know what I should have done with the background, but I'm not too excited about the background. But yeah. I'm also not too sure about Serenity's pose. It was supposed to be like a rawr kind of pose, if that makes sense, but I think her hand might be a bit janky, so if I were to ever like redo this sketch, then I would probably fix her pose or make it a different pose. And yeah, I think the pumpkin heads might also be a bit too small because it kind of looks like they might suffocate in the pose. But yeah, I don't know. I do like how the end result turned out, but it's definitely something that I would want to redraw at some point. Yeah. And you know, like after I finished this spread, I kind of had like this thought that it kind of reminded me of like Gret Lusky's art, which if you don't know her, you should definitely go follow her. She has such great art. But I think it's mainly the way that I use the fine liner to add some more contrast and stuff. But yeah, then I go back over my watercolor sketches with the fine liner, and I'm so glad that I did because it looks so much better. If you don't know, I got a lot better at using fine liners and like just at doing line work in my last sketchbook, so you should definitely go watch my last sketchbook tour. And also at the pace that I'm going right now, I think that I might finish this sketchbook by the end of the year, which would be so cool. So I might end up doing a sketchbook tour in December, but who knows. I think I'm like a third of the way done at this point. And I started in September maybe, but since October is having me do so many like ink drawings, I definitely will finish another third before November maybe, but I don't know. I think that with Brianna, I think the hair might be a bit janky because of the line art, but other than that, I think that the fine liner definitely helped with adding more detail to that specific sketch. And then I think I got a bit lazy with Kim. I think that I mainly just darkened his cape for his vampire costume and maybe like the eyes. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I did for that. So I want to ask you guys, are you guys doing any like Arttober, Inktober challenges? I know that a lot of people like to do it, but at the same time, a lot of people are in school right now, so it might be a bit hard to do a drawing every day. So I wanted to ask about you guys' progress and like what specific challenges you guys were participating in. I think it would be really cool to like know what everyone is working on. Yeah. But now I'm just going back and like adding more line variation to the line art. And I think that's pretty much it. I just add a few things later, but nothing much to the art itself. I do add some sticky notes to kind of match the left side of the spread so that that's not the only thing that's sticking out. I do draw Brianna's ear on top of the sticky note. But yeah, I got those sticky notes also from Artbox, so I've been wanting to use them in my sketchbook, which also kind of reminds me of Gritlusky because they sometimes add like washi tape and that kind of stuff to their sketch spreads. And yeah, and then I forgot about this part, and then I kind of go back and add more kind of rendering with my brown ballpoint pen. And that's pretty much it for this spread. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm so happy that I got to do a spooky spread with my main characters. So that's the end of the video. If you like this video, please consider liking the video, commenting, subscribing to the channel, and maybe joining the Discord. We would love to have you there. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye!